for today's game. Behind the plate, Damian Hopkins. At first base, Jeff Nettles. At second base, Lonnie Penham.
And good afternoon, baseball fans. Back here at Choccolocco Park here in Oxford, Alabama for our third and final game of the day here on Field 2 on what is now day 3 of the 2017 DYB AAA World Series, brought to you live here on JockJive.com. Jason Thompson bringing you the action here in the winner's bracket with Team Florida and Team North Carolina. Team Florida with their navy blue tops, white pants with the powder blue letters and numbers with the white trim will be the visitors. They'll send the following lineup to the plate against North Carolina pitcher Talon McConnell. Number 2 is Zachary Hotop, the left fielder. 18 is Raymond Gretsch at third. 27 is Dalton Williams, the pitcher. 35 is the center fielder, Travis Clark. 34 is Andrew Ward at first base. 19 is Michael Rizzuto in right. Number 7 is Jacob Barnum at short. Number 3 is Brady McMurdo, the second baseman. 99 is Brandon Higgins behind the plate. 5 is Connor McAfee. 9 is Hermanchel Prasad. And 00 is Ethan Carnow. The manager is John McMurdo. Coaches are Jamie Barnum and Lee Clark. Defensively for Team North Carolina on the infield from left to right, from third to first, will be number 8, Gavin Gibson. Number 11, Tucker Payton. 74 is Xavier Toller. And number 1 is Dylan Howell. The outfield from left to right, 24 is Zeke Boland. 2 is Ezra Taylor. 23, Ryan Wofford. Behind the plate, number 6, Mikey Flowers. And the first pitch from number 20 Taylor McConnell at 3:44 is a strike. So we have Spring Hill, Florida, and Stanley, North Carolina, doing battle here in this winner's bracket game. The pitch, way outside for ball 1. Pretty long drive for the boys from Stanley this year, but it won't be as bad next year as Lumberton, North Carolina will be hosting the 2018 World Series. That is outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 outside for ball 3. As we try to beat Mother Nature back to the hotel and try to do it without getting wet. It is gray outside, but the skies are holding. In a programming note, as we've been told that we will come back at 10 a.m. tomorrow to start action. Louisiana and Mississippi will be the first game. The pitch, way outside for ball 4, so Hotop draws the leadoff walk to kick off action here in the bottom of the first. Sorry, the top of the first. Pitch taking all the way. It's a ball low. Throw down to second. Hotop went about halfway and went back. And a shout out to folks in Spring Hill. Been big supporters of us over the years. State level, district level, and during the regular season. I believe as my cohort, Mike Rideout's done some Spring Hill games during the regular season. The 1-1 popped up. Center fielder drifting over, right fielder drifting over, and a long run. The center fielder will make the catch. That's Ezra Taylor. He had to run about 2 blocks to go run that one down for out number 1. Raymond Gretsch retired. That'll bring up Dalton Williams.
Now batting number 27, Dalton Williams.
Again, the number you see on the screen, your text shout out line, if you want to text your favorite player or team, that is a strike. The number is 850-380-7267. It says Go Scooter by Austin. First one. Again, Taylon McConnell, T-A-L-A-N. McConnell is M-little-c, big C, O-N-N-E-L-L. He faces the number 3 batter for Florida, Dalton Williams. The pitch is swung on and missed. Runner trying to go to throw, and he head first slides back in. Zachary Hotop. Wind blowing from left to right. You can see all the flags waving out there. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, chopper to the left side. Third baseman has it. He will fire across. Tough play, and it gets away from the first baseman. That's going to be an E5. A runner coming around third. He's going to come in to score. A runner going to second. He's going to take all the way to third. So a 3-base error, and Florida takes the 1-0 lead. That was a tough play, though, by Gavin Gibson. He's charging the ball and tried to throw all in one motion. As Travis Clark to the plate. I believe that is manager Jamie Summerlin. Having a quick powwow with his infield. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes, 1,000 Twitter followers this summer, and we need your help to get there. When you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game status, and so much more. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all the social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook, or at JockJive on Twitter. Plus, subscribe to our YouTube channel as the meeting breaks. Actually, we'll mention our umpires. Damian Hopkins behind the plate, Jeff Nettles at first, Lonnie Penwell at second, and Joseph Stone is at third. This is Go Dylan from Tripp from the 704 area code. The pitch, missing up for a ball. Clark, the center fielder. Very cloudy, very overcast, but thankfully right now it is also very dry. The 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. As we motor along to try to get through all the action here. The other game going on field 1, I believe, is South Carolina and Arkansas. That is also a winner's bracket game. The pitch, low for ball 3. Alabama was a 15-2 winner over Oxford. So we have our 9 teams that are going to be playing tomorrow and beyond. The 3-0 taking low. It's a 4-pitch walk. So runners at the corners for Team Florida. As Andrew Ward, the first baseman, will step to the plate. It says, nice base running, Zach, from Grandma and Grandpa Hotop in Inverness, Florida. The pitch. Squares around a bunt. He gets it down. The pitcher has it. He throws to first for the out. Didn't even look to third. As Williams was halfway, he might have gotten caught in a rundown, but McConnell never turned around. So it goes 1-3. The RBI plates Williams, and Team Florida early, leading 2-0.
Now batting number 19, Michael Rizzuto.
It's Michael Rizzuto, the right fielder, to the plate. He's the 6th batter of the inning. Florida was a 11-0 winner over Oxford on Saturday. North Carolina 9-5 winners over Alabama. Goes over the head of the batter. The throw going down to third, and he almost got interfered with. I think the catcher's trying to make his case as Rizzuto was backing out. The catcher trying to explain to him he was in my line of fire as the third baseman, Gibson, dove to keep it from going down the left field line. No objections from the North Carolina coaches as we will continue. Ball 1. The pitch from McConnell headed home. It is up and in for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Right down the pipe for a strike. Wasn't even paying attention. Throw coming home, and they get him. He tried to steal home, but the throw home got him in time. That'll go, I guess, 1-2 on the putout. So Rizzuto will come back to bat in the top of the second, but Team Florida with a pair of runs on 2 walks and an error. And nobody left on. Team North Carolina will send the following lineup to the plate against Florida pitcher Dalton Williams. 20 is Taylor McConnell, the pitcher. 74 is Xavier Toller, the second baseman. 8 is Gavin Gibson, the third baseman. Number 2 in center field is Ezra Taylor. Number 1 is Dylan Howell, the first baseman. 11 is Tucker Payton at short. 24 is Zeke Bolin in left field. 6 is Mikey Flowers, the catcher. 7 is Cooper Sutherland. 23 is Ryan Wofford. 21 in right field. Wofford's the right fielder. 21 is Lucas Michael. And 22 is Carter Roberts. Jamie Sutherland is the manager. Scott Payton and Jake Michael, the assistant coaches. The defense for Team Florida. Across the infield from left to right, from third to first, will be number 18, Raymond Gretsch. 7 is Jacob Barnum. 3 is Brady McMurdo. And 34 is Andrew Ward. The outfield from left to right. Number 2, Zachary Hotop. 35 is Travis Clark. Number 19 is Michael Rizzuto. Behind the plate, 99 is Brandon Higgins. And on the bump is the left-hander, number 27, Dalton Williams. John McMurdo, your Florida manager, with Jamie Barnum and Lee Clark, the assistant coaches. Shout out to Get To says, let's go Stanley. That's the North Carolina contingent from the 704 area code. Again, Lumberton, North Carolina will be the host of the 2018 World Series. Both weekends, the AA, the first weekend, which I assume will be the last weekend of July, and then the first weekend of August, the AAA, the majors, and the O-Zone. I believe that'll be JockJive's first trip to the Tar Heel State since 2011. When we were in Moore County for the O-Zone, the majors and the AAA. That was back in 2011 before all 3 of them came together like they are now. That's up and away for ball. I believe 2013 was the first year for that. Laurel, Mississippi hosted the AAA, the majors, and the O-Zone together. And then last year, I believe, Laurel was the first one to host both weekends back-to-back. Swung on and fouled out of play. Lumberton will host both those tournaments next year. One ball and one strike to the leadoff batter, Talon McConnell. It's pitcher against pitcher here. The pitch. Low for a ball. The 2-1 pitch, upstairs for ball 3. As the sky continues to hold for us. As Williams looking in, the 3-1 pitch headed home is inside for ball 4 as McConnell has to jump out of the way. He draws the leadoff walk. As Xavier Toller to the plate, the second baseman.
Now batting, number 74, Xavier Toller.
The pitch. Swung on, ripped into left field for a base hit. So Team North Carolina answering with a pair of leadoff base runners. Toller with the single, walked from McConnell, who now stands at second for Gavin Gibson, the third baseman.
Now batting, number 8, Gavin Gibson.
The pitch, up and in for a ball. Noticing, I believe every year North Carolina wears the red with the white and black. I'm not sure if that's NC State Wolfpack colors or not, or that's just the colors that the North Carolina teams always wear. The pitch is a swing and a miss. Seen a lot of states. Of course, Tennessee with the UT orange. Louisiana always wearing the LSU colors. The 1-1 from Dalton Williams is headed home. It's a swing and a miss, strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Center fielder drifting to his right and will put it away for the out. That's Travis Clark for out number 1. Ezra Taylor to the plate.
Now batting number 2, Ezra.
He's the center fielder. As Higgins will go out and chat with Dalton Williams. Just had to check down the scores table. Everybody on both sides eligible to pitch today, which means nobody went over the 40 pitch mark. Of course, granted, we did have the rain out on Sunday. The pitch swing and a miss. Strike 1. Big cut there by Ezra Taylor. The 0-1 pitch. Low and in. Ball 1. Time called. The 1-1 is low. I'll make it 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count now 2-2. The 2-2. Way up and away. Gets away from the catcher as both runners are going to advance on the wild pitch. That'll run the count full to 3-2. Just let's get him Kyler Jones, number 7 from Coach Josh and the Vipers. I don't think that's our game. Again, folks, just a reminder, just watch the scoreboard from game to game. Just because somebody did your game one day doesn't mean they'll do it the next day. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So Dalton Williams with the big strikeout, 2 down. He's 1 out from getting out of this jam. It's Dylan Howell, the first baseman. Let's go. Scooter hit the ball from Austin. I don't know if that's 903. That's North Carolina, I believe. Pitch to Howell is a swing and a miss. The 0-1. Up and in. I think it got him. He must have clipped the uniform. So Howell gets hit by the pitch, and the base is now loaded for Tucker Payton, the shortstop.
Now batting number 11, Tucker Payton.
Base hit could tie it. Extra base hit could give North Carolina the lead. Florida with the 2-1 lead here with 2 in the first. Time called. The pitch is a strike called. The 0-1, up for a ball. Says hit a home run, Dill. So shout out to the whole crew. Busy that egg from Torrey Davis. That one's low, gets away from the catcher, but everybody will stay put. Time is called, and we're going to have conferences all over the place as I believe that's Florida manager John McMurdo going to talk to his infield. Need a sports fix 24/7, whether live or archived? You can get it on JockJive.com. We have multiple channels with multiple sporting events and shows from practically every level of competition. There's the ACCC, the GCAA, Georgia Military Channel, DYB, Dixie Baseball, Georgia Highland Softball Channel, and so much more. JockJive.com for those with an insatiable sports appetite. The 2-1. Upstairs for a ball. It's now 3-1. The 3-1. Up for a ball, and they've walked in a run. So Tucker Payton gets the RBI the easy way. Howell takes second. Toller to third. Talon McConnell comes in to score. North Carolina now within 2-1.
Now batting number 24, Zeke Boland.
Zeke Boland to the plate. Time is called. The pitch. Swung on, hit well to center field. Center fielder running to his left, and makes the diving catch. And some for the center fielder, Travis Clark. Robs North Carolina of 2 runs, if not 3. Someone owes him a burger after the game. So North Carolina gets 1, but they were looking for a lot more as they leave them loaded on only 1 base hit. To the top of the second we go, as Team Florida will look to add to their 2-1 lead here in the winner's bracket of the 2017 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on his hits.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here at Oxford, where it looks like North Carolina is trying to make some sort of change. We'll find out what that is, but the text reads, great catch, Travis from Cam. Yeah, I'd say the least.
25 for 7. 7 for 2. I can't tell you. 25.
I think number 7, Cooper Summerlin, might be going in for somebody. I think right field. So we decipher the hand signals correctly. Cooper Summerlin is now in right field for Ryan Wofford. The pitch. Swung on, foul to the right side. Michael Rizzuto, again back up after Clark was caught stealing home. So he was batting when the first inning ended, and he's back up here. It says, great catch, Travis. Good luck, Spring Hill from the bars. B-A-R-R apostrophe S. The pitch, swing and a miss. Count now 0-2.
Now batting number 19, Michael Rizzuto.
The pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Second baseman has it over to first in time. That'll go 4-3 for out number 1.
Number 7, Jacob Barnum.
As Jacob Barnum, the shortstop, to the plate. Apparently somebody is up 6-0 over to our right. Our buddy Mike Rideout announcing that. The pitch is low for ball 1. Brady McMurdo on deck for Team Florida. Looking to add to a 2-1 lead as we race through to try to beat the weather. The 1-0 pitch swung on, fouled off the right side to even hit a ball and a strike.
7 and 22 in it. Yes, sir.
So apparently Carter Roberts is in now as well. Don't know where. Well, in left field. Thank you for Zeke Boland. All right, so it is Roberts, Taylor, Summerlin. The pitch. Low. Actually called strike 3 or strike 2 as the home plate umpire punched him out and pitched early. So Lucas Michael, the lone one yet to get in for Team North Carolina. All players must play 3 consecutive defensive outs before the close of the game. The 1-2 to Barnum. Swung on, chopper. Nice stop by the pitcher. Knocks it down, recovers from his knees. He gets him out by about a step. Great job there by McConnell, who knocked it down and gets attaboys from his teammates on the effort. 1-3. It's 3 in a row retired. As Brady McMurdo to the plate. The pitch, low and away for a ball. The 1-0 pitch, low and inside for ball 2. So let's go Scooter Wilder from Austin. Let's go Team Florida, and happy birthday to Travis and Brady's little brother Evan today from Brady's grandma, Alma, in Spring Hill. Pitch way inside as McMurdo jumps back to get out of the way. I believe that would be Travis Clark with the birthday, according to that last text. I guess that would make him 10, maybe 11. Count now 3-0 to Brady McMurdo. And he takes one right down the middle up as McMurdo tosses the bat. He's going to have to come back. Travis Clark, so that is correct. So happy birthday to young Travis Clark. The 3-1. He takes low, and now that is ball 4. So the 2-out walk will bring up Brandon Higgins to the plate.
Now batting number 99, Brandon Higgins.
Is Brandon Higgins, the catcher, to the plate. The pitch, swung on, fouled, straight back. The 0-1. That's going to miss up and away. Count even at a ball and a strike. Shout out to Dalton Williams and Team Florida from the Prince family. We are in the top of the second here in this winner's bracket game. Team Florida holding the 2-1 lead here in the top of the second. Looking for more. The 1-1 is a strike. Count now 1-2. They go Ezra and team from Nene. That's from the 717 area code. I believe that would be Ezra Taylor, the center fielder. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. So North Carolina works around the 2-out walk. So we will go to the bottom of the second as Team North Carolina will come to bat looking to tie things up and take the lead. They trail 2-1 here in this winner's bracket game, the 2017 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. There's that, the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here in the bottom of the second where Team Florida's made a defensive sub. Hermanchel Prasad, number 9, in position 9 in right field for Michael Rizzuto. Team North Carolina will send up Flower, Summerlin, Wofford, their 8, 9, 10 batters.
Now batting number 6, Mikey Flowers.
As Mikey Flower steps in. Pitch from Williams is swung on and missed for strike 1. Game 3 of our day triple header. Again, moved up to noon from what would have been 3:30 just to beat the rain as the home plate umpires called time for some reason. I believe a ball may have gotten away down the right field side. You see it partially on the right side of your screen. The overhang down the right side kind of obscures pretty much the entire first baseline after about 10 feet past the base. So if there's any play over there, we're keeping our eyes on the guys in pink to make the calls for us. All the umpires are wearing pink for cancer research. The plan was they were to wear them yesterday, but didn't get much of a chance. Maybe 30 minutes of action, if that. Well, at least here we got into the fourth inning of our game. Some of the games were only in the first inning. The 0-1. Swing and a miss as Flowers glances skyward after that swing. Says, let's go Connor McAfee and Team Florida. Let the ball hit that sweet spot in the bat from G&G Nichols from Tona Tatassa, Florida. I got that somewhat close. That's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So a strikeout to lead off this bottom of the second. As Cooper Summerlin to the plate. The pitch ripped and caught by the first baseman. That's Andrew Ward for out number 2. Hit right on the screws, but unfortunately for North Carolina, right to the first baseman. As Ryan Wofford, the right fielder, actually started in right field. Summerlin went in for him that last inning. Pitch from Williams outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Up and away for ball 2. The 2-0. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Shortstop ranging to his left, and he'll put it away for out number 3. That's Jacob Barnum. So 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the second as we're a third of the way home here on our third and final game of the day on day 3 of the 2017 DYB AAA World Series. Florida holding the 2-1 lead. And again, you are watching JockJive.com.
Frustrated. He's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Two on his set.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here in Oxford, where McConnell will be facing Hermanchel Prasad, Ethan Carnow, and Zachary Hotop. 11-12-1 for Team Florida as they look to add to their 2-1 lead. That one is low for ball 1. For Team North Carolina, number 21 is Lucas Michael. He's now in left, so North Carolina will meet all of its defensive requirements once this half inning comes to a close. The pitch is low and away for ball 2. Of course, every player must play 3 consecutive defensive outs before games end. All 12 batters bat the first time through the lineup. Then it's the top 9 from there on out. The pitch is a strike. Then coaches can reinsert the 10, 11, 12 batters as pinch hitters, pinch runners, if they deem necessary. The 2-1, low for a ball. South Carolina is up big. I believe it's 7-0 over there over Team Arkansas in a winner's bracket game. That's Hartsville, South Carolina. We were there, I think, last year or the year before for some Dixie Softball World Series. Swung on and ripped foul to the right side. So I'm sure somewhere Paul McCullough is happy, whether he's down, I believe he's down there, if he's not working over there on the other pod with the Ozone and the majors. Payoff pitch coming from Talon McConnell. Here it comes. It is swung on off the handle of the bat to the right side. So it'll be another 3-2 pitch. And the other payoff pitch from McConnell swung on, foul to the right side again. So McAfee making him work. Actually, it's 10, 11, and 12, not 11, 12, 1, as I had said earlier. So another payoff pitch coming home. It is low and away for ball 4. So McAfee wins the battle there. So I believe that's 42 pitches, they said, for Talon McConnell, so he cannot pitch tomorrow. So obviously McConnell must be one of the aces for Team North Carolina if they keeping him in here past the 40. Trying to keep this one close. The pitch. Squares around the bunt, pulls back at his outside for ball 1. Squares around the bunt and misses. And I believe it may have gotten a piece of the catcher as he is in a bit of pain. And he's going to get tended to by his pitcher. He comes over and sees how he is. I believe the ball was just nicked and got a piece of the catcher. Just over here in my cohort, Mike Rideout mentioned something we haven't mentioned before. DYBWS. You can download that app on Apple or your Android device. If Ken Boster and his son created that app, it'll keep you updated on all of the scores of all 3 tournaments. Did see Ken here before. He's over there on the other fields, the Ozone and the majors. It's about the 2nd or 3rd year he's done that. So DYBWS if you want to keep updated on all the scores. As the left-handed hitting Manchal Prasad at the plate with a 1-1 count. So apparently Mikey Flowers is all right after that bunt attempt. The 1-1 way outside, goes all the way to the backstop. And wow, nice throw. Oh, and it goes into center field. Now the runner will take off for second. Throw coming into second will be late. It was on line, but just low and got past everybody. So I guess you call that an E2. As McAfee takes second. So Prasad with the 2-1 count now. Still but nobody out in this top of the 3rd winner's bracket game. As North Carolina and Florida looking to stay 2-0 right now. Florida up 2-1. The pitch pops it up on the bunt attempt. It goes to the backstop. The 2-2 swung on and missed on what would have been ball 3. So Prasad strikes out. It'll bring Ethan Carnow to the plate. Says, come on, Stanley, you got this, from Mike Walker. Stanley, North Carolina. Spring Hill, Florida. our participants today. That is a strike called. Just fight it out, Stanley. You got this. That's coming from Gavin Smith. Again, the action will start at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning with Louisiana and Mississippi. The pitch, squares roundabout, pops it up, foul. Now 0-2. Then I guess you could call it our 12:30 game. It'll be Georgia taking on the loser of this game. Shout-outs continuing to come in. Shout-out to Michael Flowers from Mama and Papa. McConnell's 0-2 headed home. It is, does it get him? I believe it did. It clipped him. Got him in the side, so Carno will trot down to first on the hit by pitch. McAfee at second for the top of the lineup. Zachary Hotop, he walked and scored to lead off the first inning.
Number 2, Zachary Hotop.
The pitch, swung on and missed. Pitch, bunted, great bunt. The catcher bare hands, fires to first, and they don't get him. It'll be an infield hit. So the bases are loaded, as you just heard my buddy Mike Rideout with a home run call, the first of this tournament in the AAA, as South Carolina is running away with it. Throw down to third, not in time. As Team Florida looking to break it open right here. As the North Carolina infield comes together. That is manager Jamie Summerlin talking to his infield as a home plate umpire slowly goes out there to break the meeting up. Some shout outs to get to. So you got this, Stanley. That's from Tripp. Let's go NC. So shout out to Brandon Higgins on Team Florida from Kiki Monk and Jeremiah. As the bases are loaded for Team Florida here as they look to blow it open here with only one out. It is Raymond Gretsch at the plate. He hits a ground ball. Second baseman has it, bobbles, recovers from his knees. He throws to first. He did get him for the out, but they do get the RBI. Great hustle and hanging with it. Xavier Toller from his knees throws out Gretsch, but Gretsch does get the RBI as Connor McAfee scores to make it 3-1. Dalton Williams to the plate looking to help his own cause. As Carnow at third. Hotop at second. The pitch, low and in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but everybody will stay put. The ball bounced maybe 3 feet from the catcher. Time is called. And that's Xavier Toller with that great play over there at second. I think he was looking to possibly turn the double play, but settles for one, and the great play gets the lead man, but the runners advance to second and third. That's Hotop at second and Carno at third. Florida with a 3-1 lead here in the top of the third. The pitch goes to the backstop, but right back to the catcher. It's 2-0. As McConnell calls time, he's going to have a quick chat with Flowers. Says, let's go Stanley. That's from Parker Stafford in the 704 area code. The pitch. Strike called. Time is called. Time is called again. Maybe a ball may have gotten loose down the left side. But as Dalton Williams looking to help his own cause here, he already leads 3-1, but a hit could make it 5-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side. Could be trouble. The right fielder will make the catch. As Summerlin hauls it in. As Team Florida does get one. But leaves 2 on. They have left on 3 through 2.5. McConnell with 57 pitches through 3. We'll go to the bottom of the third when we get back. North Carolina looking to answer. They trail 3-1 here in this winner's bracket game. 2017 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching live here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts 2 on this.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back to Oxford we go, as Team North Carolina will send up Lucas Michael, Carter Robertson, Taylor McConnell, 11, 12, and 1. And we have a change in right field, I think. Connor McAfee, I believe number 5 is now in right for Prasad.
Number 5, Connor McMahon.
The rare lefty-lefty matchup here as Williams to Michael is low for ball 1.
Number 5, Connor McAfee is playing in outfield.
Shout-outs to get to. It says, fight this of Stanley, let's go. Says, looking good, Spring Hill. That's coming from Inverness, Florida. As he steps out, let's go Stanley NC. Let's go team. Special shout-out to Xavier Toller, a.k.a. Boomer. Kicked some Florida butt, guys. That's from Aunt Candy. Says, play hard, Scooter. You got this from Austin and your ex-girlfriend, Ava. A 10-year-old has an ex-girlfriend, okay? As we have an out recorded.
Not bad. Number 22, Carter Roberts.
Fly out to the shortstop. That's Jacob Barnum putting it away. As Carter Roberts, the number 12 batter. Again, all 12 batters bat the first time through. That is swung on, hit to center field. Center fielder charging, but the running catch by the shortstop again, Barnum, with the basket catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third will bring off the leadoff man, Taylor McConnell, to the plate.
Not bad. Number 20, Tyler McConnell.
Time is called by McConnell, who walked and scored North Carolina's lone run in the first inning. South Carolina now leading 11-0 over Arkansas. And South Carolina has yet to allow a run in a game and a half. The pitch up and away. As Dalton Williams has gone the distance for Team Florida. The 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's even at a ball and a strike. Williams is 1-1, headed home. It is a strike, taking all the way. Williams looking to retire his 7th in a row. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. The last base runner allowed was the walk to Peyton that plated Taylor McConnell for North Carolina's only run. He has shut down the last 6. Looking to make it 7. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch is up and away for ball 2 as the pitcher thought he had him as he took about 2 steps toward the dugout. He thought he had him. It says, look, go Big Ezra from Jane in Pennsylvania. That'd be Ezra Taylor from North Carolina. The 2-2 pitch as time is called. Connell steps out and back in. The 2-2. Swung on, popped out of play to the right side. As I believe this is Florida manager John McMurdo going out to talk to his infield again. Apparently he's at the 40 pitch mark, I believe. That's why Williams is being pulled in the middle of an at-bat. So it looks like Gretsch and Williams are switching spots here, third baseman to pitcher. So this keeps Williams eligible to pitch tomorrow.
Dalton Williams threw 40 pitches.
So right at 40. And it may come as a surprise to you how affordable it is to have JockJive Sports provide coverage of your sporting event or sports team with quality streaming, offering a national and international platform to show off your school or sport. We produce everything from youth sports to the NCAA Division I, literally from every part of this country. Large productions are small, tiny venues are huge. We can and have done them all. To put JockJive Sports to work for you, email info@jockjive.com. Raymond Gretsch started the game on Saturday. As part of that no-hitter on Saturday over Oxford, 11-0. I think it was him, Higgins, and one more. Understand Florida's majors are also winning. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He tried to check his swing, but went through the zone, so one pitch is all he needed for the strikeout. So that is 7 in a row retired by Florida pitching. Also means we're halfway through our final game of the day here on field number 2. It is Florida with the 3-1 lead.
Raymond
Again, you are watching the 2017 Florida AAA World Series here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on his.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. There's that, the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
A couple changes for Team North Carolina as we come back to action. New pitchers, number 1, Dylan Howell, taking over for Talon McConnell. Zeke Bolin, who started in left, is now at first in place of Howell. So we believe the infield looks like Gibson, Peyton, Toller, Bolin across the infield from left to right, with Mitchell, Taylor, and Summerlin in the outfield. Mikey Flowers will be behind the plate, and now the new pitcher, the lefty, number 1, Dylan Howell. Florida with the 3-1 lead as we go to the top of the 4th. Says great job on the mound by Dalton Williams. That's coming in from the 813 area code. Another one says great job, Dalton, from Cam from the 727 area code. In South Carolina, up big, 11-0 in the other winners bracket game. So it looks like it'll be Arkansas and the loser of this one playing tomorrow, as we're in both winners bracket games right now. So it is Oxford, Virginia, and Texas, the teams with the early exit here in the AAA division. I mean, it is very overcast, but you see the sun trying to do its best to poke through those clouds. There's a lot of it up there, but as we continue to roll along to beat the weather. Again, we will be back here 10 a.m. tomorrow, we've been told. It'll be Louisiana and Mississippi. And then Georgia and the loser of this one. Both of those will be elimination games. As Travis Clark will lead things off. Clark had a walk in the first inning, so no official at bat for him. Time is called as the umpires are coming together for something. And while they do that, get a couple more shout-outs in. Let's go, Dylan. Pitch, strike. Says, come on, Dylan, Howell, and the rest of them Stanley boys. Let's rally and get this win from the Rollins family. Not sure what this could be about. Unfortunately, we do not have crowd mic to pick up anything down there, but not sure if it's a pitch count issue or something, but you see DYB officials down there. I believe that's Kerry Wren down there, I think. State Director of North Carolina. Down there in the white, I believe. Yep. Not sure, but I think we're going to be moving some players around. And we got a discussion going on down low. Kerry Wren and some other DYB officials talking about something. Not really sure, but this may be a second, so we'll just go ahead and take a break here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on his assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here in Oxford, and we believe what the issue was, and I did not realize this was a rule until I was told that McConnell had pitched over 40 innings, and they wanted to put him behind the plate, and rules prohibit that as well, which is actually pretty smart because that means the catcher has to throw with the same arm he threw those 40 pitches in, so you want to keep the stress off the elbow. So now Mikey Flowers, the original starter, is back behind the plate. That's a good rule right there because, like I said, those arms and elbows are continuing to grow, and you don't want to do any strain to them by throwing more than necessary. That's a strike to the center fielder Travis Clark, who walked his first time up. Top of the fourth, Florida with the 3-1 lead. Couple shout-outs to get to as Clark calls time again. Shout-out to Ezra Taylor from Grandma and Grandpa Anderson watching from Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Now 0-2. Time called again. The pitch. Strike 3 called as Clark upset with himself as he is now 0 for 1 with the walk and now a strikeout. Andrew Ward grounded out to the pitcher 1-3, which resulted in an RBI. Says, let's go Stanley, play hard. That's from Xavier. The pitch from the lefty is low for a ball. Howell, and now in his second inning of work. And top of the fourth in this winner's bracket game. Florida with a 3-1 lead. And the pitch from Howell way outside. That'll make it 2-0. And a reminder, 10 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be here early on. The 2-0 is a strike. Let's go Stanley. The text reads, that is outside. The 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That'll run the count full to Andrew Ward, who again grounded out 1-3 in that first inning, which resulted in a run. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Howell. 2 down now here in the top of the 4th as Michael Rizzuto to the plate. He grounded out 4-3 his first time up.
Now batting number 19, Michael Rizzuto.
The 1-0 pitch, low. Jacob Barnum hopes to bat this inning. He waits on deck as Team Florida looking to add to a 3-1 lead here in this winner's bracket game. The 2-0 pitch headed home is outside. Nice job, Dill. Bringing home Mikey Rizzuto. Do it from the Selby's watching from Spring Hill. The pitch is a strike called as again, Rizzuto thought he drew the walk. If you're not careful, that home plate, that strike zone is going to expand. So let's keep up the great work, Florida, from Raymond's Uncle Mark. The 3-1 pitch is low, and now that's ball 4. So the 2-out walk to Rizzuto. As Jacob Barnum grounded out to the pitcher.
Jacob Barnum.
Dylan Howell, second pitcher of the day for Team North Carolina. He throws a strike on the outside corner. Again, your runner at first is Michael Rizzuto, drew a walk. The 0-1. Low for a ball. The 1-1 pitch upstairs. Talking up here in the press box, we understand rain is about 2 hours out. So as far as the AAA division, we might be fine. As far as everybody else next door, that's to be determined because some of those games did not start till about 2. So the 2-1 pitch, way outside, ball 3. And that's going to be a wild pitch that will allow Rizzuto to take third base. Again, you're watching day 3 of the 2017 DYB AAA World Series here on JockJive.com. We're here live in Oxford, Alabama. The 3-1 from Howell is a strike, and they do it again. That's just not smart. These players think they know the strike zone better than the umpire. That's the third time I think we've seen that in this game. The payoff pitch is low for ball 4. Every time they've drawn the walk on the next pitch.
Now batting number 3, Brady McMurdo.
As Barnum draws the walk, so 2 runners on now for Team Florida's Brady McMurdo, who walked his last time up. And with that, Team North Carolina will come together and talk about it. Let's go, Ez, cheering from halfway across the country, wherever the 775 area code is. Come on, Stanley, fight back here from Tripp. So let's go Stanley from the Spakes. Says 24, what doing, big guy? Hit me hard. Says go Mikey Rizzuto. We miss you from your sister Hannah. And the meeting breaks. Again, we're in the top of the fourth. As Howell got a pair of strikeouts and now has given up a pair of walks. Boys in red need an out here to keep within striking distance. Don't want to allow the big inning here. Brady McMurdo, we mentioned, with the 2-out walk in the second, he takes strike one. The pitch swung on, foul to the right side. Says, let's get a hit, Brady Raymond's Uncle Mark in Tampa. Says, call Stanley, you got this, from ML Walker and Company. The pitch outside. That evens things. I believe at a ball and a strike I had 0-2, but I'll have to wait to see what the umpire says. He says 1-2, so I got it right. The pitch swung on and hit to the right side, foul, so it'll stay 1-2. Again, we'll be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. What has yet to be determined is if we'll have the double session tomorrow or Wednesday. The 1-2 pitch is strike three called on the outside corner. So Dylan Howe gets out of the jam. Their team, Florida, leaves 2 on. They've left 5 on in the last 3 innings. To the bottom of the fourth we go as the boys from Stanley, North Carolina, look to rally. They trail 3-1 here in this winner's bracket game, the 2017 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. On his
and that one is hit on the road to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here in Oxford, where Ethan Carnow is now in right for Team Florida, so that should satisfy all of their defensive requirements once this half inning's over. Ground ball, right side, nice play by the first baseman. He'll take it 3 unassisted, Andrew Ward, for out number 1. Ball hit hard, kind of jammed him up a little bit, but he hung tough with it. 3 unassisted. That is now not 8 in a row. 8 in a row retired as Gavin Gibson to the plate. Shout out to Get You says, go Ezra, love Grandma Susan. Go Ezra Taylor. We are cheering you on in Denver, North Carolina. Final from next door, South Carolina 12-4 over Arkansas. South Carolina's not giving up a run in the tournament. The pitch. Line drive shot. Nice play by the second baseman over to first in time. Nice glove work there, Brady McMurdo. Moving away from the base to his right, going 4-3 for out number 2. 9 in a row retired by Florida pitching.
Number 2, Ezra Taylor.
As Ezra Taylor to the plate. The pitch is a strike call. So if Florida holds on and wins this, that means your good buddy Mike Wright ought to be calling your game tomorrow. The pitch. Swung on, foul, out of play. The right, as we were mentioning earlier, Mike did some regular season stuff for Spring Hill during the year, so they're very familiar with him. The winner of this one will be on field 1 against South Carolina. The 0-2 pitch. Big curveball, but misses upstairs. It's 1-2. The pitch, swung on, fouled, out of play. The 1-2, thought about it, held up, ends up low and away for ball 2. And we're in the bottom of the 4th of this winner's bracket game. Team Florida holding on to the 3-1 lead. As Gretsch looks to make it 10 in a row, retired and almost hit him. Count now 3-2. Gretsch's payoff pitch is swung on, and is it tipped? It's tipped, so he'll hang tough. Stay alive, does number 2 Ezra Taylor, who struck out swinging in the first. Gretsch's payoff pitch is swung on, fouled, out of play to the right. So a good battle here with Taylor and Gretsch. Groetsch. Gretsch was part of that no-hitter on Saturday for Florida. The payoff pitch is strike 3 called. That's now 10 in a row retired by Florida pitching. 3 up, 3 down for the 3rd inning in a row. We're 2/3 of the way home now as we go to the top of the 5th. Florida on top 3-1 here on JockJive.com.
Having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Two on his head.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice hit to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here in Oxford, where we've got another programming change. We've been told that the action tomorrow will not start now until 2 o'clock instead of 10 a.m. So apparently we have some rain early in the day, and hopefully it'll ride out of here so we could start at 2 tomorrow, which pretty much, guarantees that doubleheader, the AM session, PM session, will be on Wednesday, because again, we are still technically a day behind. As we go to the top of the fifth, it is going to be Higgins and then Hotop and Gretsch. That's a strike to Higgins, who struck out looking his first time up. Pitch, big swing and a miss for strike 3. So Higgins now 0 for 2. Back to the top with Zachary Hotop, who's been on base twice. Walk and run scored and a bunt single.
Number 2, Zachary Hotop.
Couple of nice job Raymond text from the Florida contingent, from your friend number 55. I about said Najuk, but I believe it's Najak. I remember that because we've broadcasted him before. Sorry, Najak, I cannot remember your first name. I think it's Bradley or Brandon or something. That's a strike. Spring Hill has sent many a teams to World Series play in each division. I believe they won 2 World Series last year, if memory serves me right. I believe 1 in the DYB and 1 in the Dixie Boys division. 2-1 now to Hotop as the catcher. Flowers will go out and talk to Hal. So again, 2 p.m. start tomorrow. The pitch, big swing and a miss by Hotop. He tipped it, I think, so it's now 2-2. So again, something to take into account. 2 p.m. start tomorrow. And the pitch from Dylan Howe, missing way upstairs, count now full. So this is the only game going on in this pod. As we mentioned earlier, South Carolina, big 12-0 winners in 4. So South Carolina and Tennessee, the lone unbeatens at the moment, along with these two. That's going to be a walk, as Hotop reaches base for the 3rd time today.
They tried to run the pitcher in. They threw 57 pitches to catch, and that caught him.
So Raymond Gretsch to the plate. He's got a fly out to center and a 4-3 RBI ground out. And the pitch to him is a strike called as Hotop took a couple steps, and now he'll head back. 3-1 here in the top of the 5th. As that sun is trying to creep out. We haven't seen it all day. It's getting close. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now 0-2. Let's hope that sun is out tomorrow and the rest of the tournament. Because some of us have a long drive home and a really long drive home. The 0-2. Low. Throw down to second will not be in time as Hotop reaches. Of course, the DYB officials still have some business to attend to once the games are over with today. Voting on various things, including, I believe, the site for the 2019 World Series. The 1-2 outside as Hotop goes halfway and goes back. It's 2-2. Understand Ruston, Louisiana, throwing its name in the hat for 2019. Yeah, I think they were the only ones. That's right, as Don Rudolph confirms, they were the only one that put in. So I believe we'll be heading to the home of Louisiana Tech. I think that's where Ruston, Louisiana is. Yep. Not sure, but I think that's the home of Britney Spears, too, but I'm not sure. Not sure if she's going to sing the anthem or not or whatever. I think she's just busy being a mom now. As Summerlin will take the ball from Dylan Howell. We're going to have us our third pitcher of the day. We'll have it for you when we get back here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on his assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
Championship t-shirt.
East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here's number 74, Xavier Toller, warming up. Looks like Dylan Howell, number 1, went back to first where he started the game. Zeke Bolin is back in left, number 24. As number 2, Ezra Taylor is now at second, which means there's a new center fielder out there. As we get back to action, it is going to be a 2-2 count with a runner on second with 1 out. Your batter is Raymond Gretsch. And Toller's first pitch to him is low and in for a ball. That'll run the count full. Got some shout-outs we'll get to. It says, "We are so proud of you, Brandon Higgins. Love Mama, Papa, and the girls from Brooksville, Florida." The pitch, low and away for a walk to Gretsch. So Gretsch draws the walk. We have 2 runners on now for Florida.
Now batting number 27, Dalton Williams.
Dalton Williams to the plate, who is 0 for 2 with a run scored. Good job, Dill, on the mound. That's from Tripp. Says, "Great job, Team Florida and Andrew. Keep it up." Watching for Spring Hill. Happy 11th birthday, Travis. Love Andrew's mom and Peter and Billy. Go Andrew and Team Florida from Omaha and Papa in Largo, Florida. Throw down to third, delay steal, and both of them move up a base. As a Florida resident myself, I have to keep tabs on this tropical storm that's out there. Franklin hasn't made it into the Gulf yet. Could be an issue maybe by the weekend, but we'll see. Fortunately, I keep saying, everybody's number is going to come up eventually. As that ball gets past him, play at the plate. Oh, he's going to turn around and head back, and they'll throw down to third, and he will be safe. And it's been about a dozen years for me in Pensacola. We had, Katrina and Dennis back in 2005. Yes, that's one of those price you pay for living on the Gulf Coast. I mean, if there is a bright side, at least you can plan for it. Not so much like tornadoes that can just creep up on you. The 1-1 is a strike. Ball on 2 strikes to Dalton Williams, who reached on a throwing error and scored in the first, flew out to right in the third. The 1-2 pitch is swung on, hit to right field. It could be trouble if it's fair. And it is a foul ball. It's one of those unfortunate situations where the ball drops with that big canopy hanging down the first base side. We have to wait for a call from the umpires. It says, "Go Travis, happy birthday from the Najaks," with the heart. It says, "Shout out to Dylan Howell." That's from the Shields family. Got both teams heavily involved on the shout out line, so at least that means we got a few folks watching. Again, runner at second and third. The pitch is swung on and missed for the strikeout. 2 down. It'll now be up to Travis Clark, the birthday boy, who has a walk and a strikeout. Not sure if Travis knows it yet, but I think he's getting a birthday cake at game's end. That's a tradition Dixie youth officials do. Nice gesture they do, obviously at their expense. That swung on chopper. The pitcher has it. He'll step and throw to first in time for the out. So for the third inning in a row, Team Florida leaves 2 on base. We have played 4.5 to the bottom of the 5th we go. North Carolina desperately looking for base runners. It is 3-1 Florida. And you're watching the 2017 DYB AAA World Series here on JockJive.com.
She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving kick by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Gesture up here. Back to Oxford, where Team North Carolina will send up Howell, Peyton, and Bolin. Batters 5, 6, and 7. Says, Team Florida, keep it going. Your team spirit and solid coaching are admirable. Lots of cheers from just one of your many grandparents. That's from Brady's Alma. So let's go Spring Hill. So proud of you. Love the Lendo family. It's time for a rally. Stanley, let's go, Dylan. It's a shout out to Dill Pickle from Mama, Lisa, Marcy, Fred, Stacy, and Chris. As the first pitch, a strike to Dylan Howell, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning. In action will start at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Just talking to Mike right out in between that commercial. It says there's a 90% chance of rain at 6, so hopefully that rain, if it falls, will get out of the way and the fields will dry up, and then we'll get back to action, which means we will have a double session on Wednesday. The 0-1. As I think time is called as the home plate umpire stepped out, but the pitcher threw the pitch. That's certainly what you want to do. You certainly don't want to stop in the middle of your windup. Well, that sun almost poked out, and then the clouds covered it up. The pitch. Line drive back up off the glove of the pitcher. Gretsch got a piece of it, but it scoots into center for a base hit. Hopefully he's all right. Better to get glove than forearm up there, but he deflected it. But that snaps a streak of 10 in a row retired by Team North Carolina as Tucker Payton to the plate. He walked with the bases loaded that drove in North Carolina's only run. Time called, and I guess granted, as again, the Florida pitcher was about in his windup. The pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Says, let's go, Ezra. Cheering you from Belmont, North Carolina. That's Aunt Lisa, Uncle Tim, Cameron, and Jacob. The pitch. Curveball missing low. Gets away from the catcher, and the runner will take second on the wild pitch. Now 1-1. The 1-1. That misses outside. It's 2-1. Fouled off. And it's now 2-2. The pitch inside. So Reed's put a few hits together. Stanley, that's all it takes. Let's go, Stanley. Good luck from Big Tim. Pitch is a strike, as now North Carolina thinks they know more than the home plate umpire as he dropped the bat and headed down there. But the umpire says, about one more pitch. Yeah, I think the Florida managers, I think we're having a discussion about the count, the pitch count.
I had 3-2 in that pitch. If he called it a strike, it should be out.
Is here Don Rudolph next to me saying he had 3-2, which means this should be a strikeout. So maybe he's having a talk with the third base umpire to see what count he had. Of course, I'm not sure if the other base umpires have clickers with them to keep pitch count too or not, or it's just the home plate umpire. But I guess he did call him out as Peyton is headed to the bench. That is strike 3. And now the North Carolina coach is, nope, I don't know if he's going to have a conversation or not. Actually, I think he is. Now, Coach Summerlin down here, Jamie Summerlin's having a talk with the home plate umpire, but it didn't last long. As Zeke Bolin, who flew out to center his first time, will step in. He is the potential tying run. Ball 1. Again, this is the only game going on this pod. That one is swatted and hit down the right side, but I believe it'll go foul. 1-1 the count. Again, only the AAA division's going on this pod of field. You can see in the top right of your screen, that's part of the 4-field pod where the Ozone and the majors are being played. See, one game's in the third inning from the scoreboard. These fields, I believe, got going quicker than the other ones did. The 1-1 is a strike. Count now 1-2. And this is a winner's bracket game, so both of these teams will be here tomorrow for at least tomorrow. The pitch missing outside. Now 2-2. Text Reach, way to go, Dalton Williams and Spring Hill team. Proud of you. That's from Nana and Pawpaw in Florida. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Held on to for the strikeout. So a pair of strikeouts here in the 5th. Brings Mikey Flowers to the plate. Says, let's go Stanley from Hunter Hart in Stanley, North Carolina. Says, let's go Dill Pickle Woo from Cooper. Says, nothing beats a comeback. You could do it, Stanley. Represent. That's from Gavin Smith. The pitch. Swung on, ripped to the left side, but that'll go foul. Dylan Howell, who's now at second, the only base runner since 2 outs in the first. Base runners have been tough to come by. The pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Nice play by the pitcher, Gretsch. He'll fire to first in time. That'll go 1-3, so Team North Carolina leaves 1 on. We have played 5. To the top of the 6th we go as Florida looks to pad their 3-1 lead here in the winner's bracket of the 2017 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2
And that one is hit on the rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here in Oxford where it says, nice play, Raymond. Always proud of you from Uncle Mark. This is the top of the 6th here as Team Florida looks to add to a 3-1 lead. It will be Ward, Rizzuto, and Barnum. So it looks like, at least as far as the AAA division goes, we're going to get done. So thank you to the baseball gods for playing along. So once this one's over, you can jump over and watch the coverage of the majors and the Ozone World Series tournaments that are going on.
When him and Big Willie was together, we definitely didn't get it all.
Ward will come in with a 0-for-2 game going. He grounded out 1-3, resulting in an RBI in the first inning, and then struck out swinging in the 4th. So the winner will get South Carolina. The loser will get Team Georgia. The winner will be over on Field 1 with Mike Rideout tomorrow. The loser will be here with me on Field 2. The pitch is a strike call. Let's go Jake number 7 and the Spring Hill boys from Sherry, Mark, and Matt from Ohio. Pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. It says go Ezra and Uncle David. Watching live on JockJive in Winnemucca, Nevada. Wow. Wonder if I was anywhere close with that pronunciation. The 0-2 pitch is swung on, hit to center field. Center field charging, but it'll fall in front of him for a base hit. So the leadoff hit by Andrew Ward, who's on for the first time. That's the 4th time in 6 innings the leadoff man aboard for Team Florida as Michael Rizzuto to the plate. The pitch, big swing and a miss. Guess you can call it the outline of the sun up there in the sky. Not sure if you North Carolina folks are going to be in the line of that solar eclipse here in about a week or so. I believe we're going to be due south in Pensacola, so we're going to miss it. That's a swing and a miss. I think it's taking some sort of like a downward tract. I'm sure you can find it on the internet somewhere where the you'll be able to see the solar eclipse. That is swung on, back out the box, knocked down by the pitcher. Toller will fire to first, but not in time. Boy, what a great effort there, as he nearly made the catch. That'll be an infield hit.
Now, number 7, Jacob Barnum.
Rizzuto on for the second time. As Barnum to the plate, Jacob Barnum says, "Come on, Spring Hill, stick a fork in them. Go, Mikey, from your dad." Pitch squares around a bunt. Did he offer? No. He must have pulled it back. Ball 1. I said, this is the 7th year I've done this. This might be the most picturesque view. Definitely on the other field, over on field 1 with Mike Rideout, looks like a postcard out there. As Jamie Summerlin's coming out to have a quick talk with the home plate umpire.
What time does the game start? Anybody know?
We're closing in on the 2-hour mark of this broadcast, and now the umpire's coming together again. In the last 2 innings, they've had more meetings than the UN. Breaks up. Not sure what it... Not sure if the North Carolina coach got what he was hoping for or not as he came out to... Yeah. Still not sure what it was for. Maybe he's hoping there were 1 or 2 outs, but that's up and away. Count now 2-0. As Team Florida looking for some insurance. They have not scored since the 3rd inning. They had 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. That's all they've had. The pitch. That one's going to miss outside. It's now 3-0. It says, "Go Jake" from True, Mort, and Annie in Ohio. So 13-0, Florida winning in the Majors division. Not sure which field, who is on that field or not. But again, we have all 5 at the moment going. Assuming one of those fields is in between games. Hit to the right side, foul. Programming update, 2 p.m. will be our start tomorrow. So we'll have a 2 and I would guess around 4:30 for the second game. Then we'll have to double it up on Wednesday. Let's hope the weather cooperates definitely on Wednesday, as again, people drove a long way and have to stay an extra night or 2 in hotels. That is swung on, chopped foul to the right side. So it will be a 3-2 pitch. Coming to Jacob Barnum, who grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. The payoff pitch misses up and away for ball 4. Now Florida has them loaded, still with nobody out. Barnum on for the 2nd time via the free pass as Ward takes 3rd and Rizzuto 2nd for Brady McMurdo.
Now batting number 3, Brady McMurdo.
And I believe Jamie Sutherland will jog out quickly. And if you're North Carolina, you've got to bring the infield in. You cannot allow this thing to get out of hand, which Florida's looking to do. Looks like the first time today they've had the bases loaded. Again, don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. When you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game status, and so much more. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all the social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook or at JockJive on Twitter. Plus, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks to everybody who liked us as earlier today. JockJive broke the 10,000 mark. I believe we broke 9,000 at the World Series last year. which was in Laurel. As you see, the infielders creeping in on the lip of the infield grass. The pitch, strike. Your runners again are Andrew Ward at third, Michael Rizzuto at second, and Jacob Barnum at first. First time anybody's had the bases loaded today. The pitch, missing outside. There's nowhere to put him. And as Florida could certainly use some base runners here. The 1-1. Swung on chopper to the pitcher. He has it. He'll throw home for one, and that's all they'll get. That'll go 1-2 for out number one. As McMurdo takes first, Barnum to second, Rizzuto now to third. It'll be Brandon Higgins, who is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Now that sun is beaten down. Finally, the pitch is a strike. At least it'll only beat down very briefly over here on this field. Saturday, of course, we had about 2 or 3 hours of it. It was setting right in front of us here. That one is hit into left center field. Left fielder charging, dives, can't come up with it. One run's going to score. They will hold the runner at third. So a flare single by Higgins drives in a run. McMurdo to second, Barnum to third. Rizzuto comes in to score. It is now a 4-1 lead for Team Florida. Good effort there by Bolin. Had to run a long way and laid out. Just came up a couple feet short.
Not bad. Number 2, Zachary Holt.
And Zachary Hotop to the plate. He has been on base all 3 times. 2 walks and a base hit. He's also scored once. Infielders in again. And that one misses for ball 1. North Carolina hoping for another ground ball. Pitch, ground ball, past the diving shortstop into left. One is going to score. They will hold the runner at third. Throw back to third, and he is safe. So station to station once again as Hotop reaches for the 4th time. He drives in his first run of the game as Higgins to second, McMurdo to third. Barnum comes in to score. It's now a 5-1 game. As the infielders continue to play on the lip of the grass. Says, let's go. Dill, that's from Laney. The pitch, missing outside. Says, let's go Dill Pickle and the Stanley boys from Laney Bailey. Says, let's go. We got it in the bag. Homies love Audrey. You too, Travis. That's obviously a Florida fan. The pitch. Swung on, popped up right side to first baseman. Couple steps into foul ground. Will make the catch for the out. I believe that's Dylan Howell putting that one away for out number 2. As Dalton Williams, the 8th batter of the inning, will come to the plate. He reached on an error, scored in the first, flew out to right in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. As the sun, for the first time today, is out. The pitch is low and away, gets away from the catcher. Here comes the runner. The throw coming home will not be in time. So McMurdo scores on the wild pitch, the 3rd run of the inning, as both runners move up a base. That's Higgins to third, and now Hotop to second. It's now a 6-1 Florida lead. As the boys from Spring Hill look to break this thing open here in the final at bat. The pitch outside. Now 2-0. The pitch is a strike called. Good job, Brandon Higgins. That's from Mom. 2 balls and a strike, 2 on and 2 out for Florida, who have 3 in so far here in this 6th inning. The pitch. Taking it, it's a strike. It's now 2-2. The pitch is strike 3 called. So Toller gets out of the inning, but not before Team Florida plates 3. They're 3 outs away from staying alive in the winner's bracket.
Xavier Toller threw 35 pitches.
They leave 2 on for the 4th inning in a row, but they've pushed enough across to give them a 6-1 lead. At the bottom of the 6th when we get back here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts 2 on his.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is. Oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. Georgia advances to the championship game.
Back here in Oxford, where leadoff batter Cooper Summerlin has I believe, a 2-1 count on him here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch swung on, fouled back. Have to wait for the home plate umpire to tell us. Yes, it's 2-2. Text reads, nice RBI, Zach. Love Grandma and Grandpa Ho Toppin in Furnace, Florida. Pitch is swung on, chopper. Shortstop charges, has it over to first. And he gets away. And he's going to be on his way to second, and he'll stay there. Guess that'll be a straight E on the throw. Or is it? Yep, E6.
Number 20, Talon McConnell. His name. They scored 5 runs in that.
So it'll bring Taylor McConnell to the plate.
I think I'll not lose.
Somebody sent a defense in a graphic form. The D and the actual picture of a fence. Very clever. Come on, Stanley, you got this. I've seen you pull it out before. Let's go, Dylan from Kim Eyelashes McGee. Now, that's an interesting nickname. Great job, Andrew, for making it home again. Love you and Team Florida from Mom Pawpaw. Says Spring Hill coaches are the best. Spring Hill boys are awesome from the Hotop family in Inverness, Florida. Line drive shot into right field. That's a base hit. Will they send the runner? Yes, they will. And there will not be a throw to the plate. That'll make it 6-2. So Taylor McConnell with the base hit and the RBI. He has also scored a run already. As North Carolina scores its first run since the first inning, is Xavier Toller to the plate.
Yeah, I'm going up that way.
Says go Spring Hill, bring it home. That's from Coach Jones. as Florida manager John McMurdo having a quick talk, trying to stem this momentum as the boys from Stanley are not done yet. Still nobody out with a runner on. So let's go Ezra and the rest of the Stanley team. It's rally time from Ben and Benjamin Lunsford. As Xavier Toller is 1 for 2. He singled in the first, grounded out to first in the fourth. The pitch. That's a strike in the inside corner. Let's go Stanley, Love, Aunt Lisa. The pitch. Swing and a miss. This is interesting. We have a meme of Oprah. It says, you get a home run, you get a home run, everybody gets a home run. That's clever. The pitch is low. Count 1 and 2. Let's go Stanley. Get them bats hot from Chase Hart in Stanley, North Carolina. The pitch. Swung on. That ball's going to drop into right center. Now we have runners at first and second. As 3 batters in a row have reached here in this bottom of the 6. It's now 6-2. And I believe we may have us a pitching change. Apparently, Gretsch is at 40, so I believe McMurdo will take the ball from him. And we're going to see who our new pitcher will be. Looks like Higgins, I believe, number 99, who started the game behind the plate, will now go to the mound. Higgins and Gretsch were part of that no-hitter on Saturday. So it looks like number 2, Hotop, is behind the plate now for Team Florida. Give us a chance to get caught up on some of these shout-outs. It says, who is Dill Pickle from Hunter Hart again? It says, just remember, we are Grote, Groott, from Hunter Hart in Stanley, South Carolina. It says, go North Carolina. That's from Rex. So let's go Spring Hill defense. You got this from the Lindos. Says the score should be 2 for North Carolina. Got that. Says go Boomer from Cooper Bailey.
I saw it on Twitter. I just saw it on Twitter.
Is it Southern Regional?
Yes, sir.
Probably some kid from.
It was a kid from Georgia. This is how big this kid is.
Now again, Gibson and Taylor, the next 2 batters for North Carolina, are a combined 0 for 4. So if you're from Stanley, you're thinking those boys are due. Looking at this Gibson kid, he's got some good size for a 10-year-old. Better not groove one to him. It'll end up being 6'5". I've seen a couple kids over here that easily could pass for about 12 or so. This is one of them. That's popped up on the infield. Second baseman coming in. He makes go. He drops it. Now they'll throw to third, and they'll get him 1-5. I believe he tripped over the base. Did McConnell. He's slow to get up. As the second baseman, McMurdo tried to make the diving catch but could not. And all the base runners had to wait till it was caught. So they easily got the fielder's choice, which will go 1-5 for out number 1. But still 2 runners on for Ezra Taylor, who has struck out twice. Swinging in the first and looking in the fourth. Says, let's go NC and Boomer. Says, who are we? Stan Lee. Let's go, guys, the text reads. Says, go Dill from Tripp. So it's Toller at second and Gibson at first. The pitch is a strike called. And as the sun has gone into hiding, the 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled straight back. We see some of the South Carolina contingent down below to our right as they beat Arkansas 12-0 in 4 innings earlier. Again, South Carolina has not allowed a run in the tournament. Boys from Hartsville, South Carolina. We were in their part of the world, I think 2 years ago. popped up right side, first base giving chase. It'll drop foul. I believe we were there. I believe it was the Ponytails World Series on the Dixie softball side. I think 2 years ago, maybe 3. Said as I get older, the years start to blur together. Let's go, Ezzy. E-Z-Z-I-E. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 2 down. Let's go, Stanley. You got this from Andrew in Gastonia. Come on, Stanley, the text reads. Says rally caps on Stanley. Let's go, boys. You got this. The pitch. Swung on and ripped into right field over the first baseman. That's a base hit. They will send the runner around third. They'll put the stop sign up at the last minute as the throw was a bullet to the catcher. Nice throw out there. I think that's Rizzuto back out there in right field. Yep, number 19 with the bullet.
Now batting, number 11, Tucker Payton.
But all of a sudden, the tying run to the plate. As Howell with the base hit. He's been on base all 3 times. Toller to third. Gibson to second. It's now Tucker Payton, who is 0 for 1. Bases loaded, walk, and an RBI, and a strikeout. Says, knock it out of the park, guys, from Kim Bailey. Says, come on, Stanley. Rally time from Chase Hart in Stanley, North Carolina. The pitch. Swung on, ripped to the left side, foul. Says, Mikey, you got this, kiddo. Love you so much, from your big sis, Audrey. Says, tie the game with a dinger right here. That's from Hunter Hart. The pitch is a strike. It's 0-2. North Carolina down to its final strike. Again, it is Toller at third, Gibson at second, Howell at first. The tying run at the plate is Tucker Payton with 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch headed home. It is upstairs for ball 1. Wind blowing slightly from left to right here. The 1-2 pitch is low for ball 2. He flinched just a little bit as Higgins is looking to close the door. Time called. And the pitch from Higgins on 2-2 is strike 3 called on the inside corner. And Team Florida has held on. They win it 6-2.
Florida defeats North Carolina 62. Drop on safe, and we'll see you here tomorrow.
Okay, we'll recap it for Team North Carolina. It's Taylor McConnell going 1 for 2 with a walk, a run scored, and RBI. Xavier Toller goes 2 for 3. Gavin Gibson goes 0 for 3. Ezra Taylor 0 for 3. Dylan Howell 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Tucker Payton goes 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. Zeke Bolin 0 for 2. Mikey Flowers 0 for 2. Cooper Summerlin 0 for 2 with a run scored. Ryan Wofford 0 for 1. Lucas Michael 0 for 1. Carter Roberts 0 for 1. For the victorious Spring Hill, Florida squad, it is Zachary Hotop going 2 for 2 with 2 walks, a run scored, and an RBI. Raymond Gretsch going 0 for 3 with an RBI grounded. He also walked once. Dalton Williams goes 0 for 4 with a run scored. Travis Clark 0 for 2 with a walk. Andrew Ward goes 1 for 3 with an RBI. Michael Rizzuto goes 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Jacob Barnum 0 for 1, 2 walks and a run scored. Brady McMurdo goes 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Brandon Higgins goes 1 for 3 with an RBI. Connor McAfee, no official at bat. He walked once. Romanchel Prasad 0 for 1, and Ethan Carno, no official at bat with a hit by pitch. So day 3 now in the books here in the Ozone Division. As Team Florida advances, they will be heading over to Field 1 where Mike Rideout will bring you the action. I would say estimated time of 4:30 Central Time. Again, our openers will start at 2. North Carolina heads down into the losers bracket where they will take on Georgia in an elimination game. That will also be a 4:30 start. Again, that's an estimate time, Central Time. We will start at 2 p.m. tomorrow. It'll be Louisiana, Mississippi here on Field 2. Arkansas and Alabama will be on Field 1. Both of those will be elimination games. The only team not playing tomorrow is Tennessee. So that'll do it here. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. And we'll be back here tomorrow in about 20 hours or so. That'll do it here. Jason Thompson signing off, wishing you, wherever you tuned in today, a pleasant afternoon.